I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. My heroes had the heart to lose the lives I wanna live. And all I remember is thinking I wanna be like them. Ever since I was little, it looked like fun. If there's no coincidence, I've come. And I can die when I'm done. But maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you're crazy. Maybe we're crazy. Probably.
I mean, maybe I'm crazy, maybe you're crazy, maybe we're all crazy for talking about Bitcoin and Satoshis and all the things we talk about. I don't know. All I know is it's good to listen to people that are crazy. It might do you some good to think crazy and to listen to people that are crazy. What's up, guys? It's Saturday, June 28th, 29th, 2024. That is the Bitcoin block height. That is the Bitcoin price today. And that, my friends, is how many Satoshis you can get for $1. My goodness, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Satoshi Saturday, episode number 21. Man, these weeks are flying by. In this episode, we're going to talk about why you should listen to people that are crazy, and also maybe you should become crazy too. All the great innovators in life, in history, have all been crazy people. I mean, look at the history. You got Henry Ford that came up with the cars. You got the Wright brothers came up with the planes. Thomas Edison, electricity. The people that came up with the internet. You got Apple computers. You got all these things, and everybody thought these people were crazy. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Now, obviously, you're already taking my advice, listening to a crazy person, because you're listening to me. And I consider myself a crazy person. When you listen to crazy people, I'm going to give you a little caveat here. A lot of it is going to be nonsense, people that have these crazy outlandish theories. But some of those crazy theories are actually true. Could you imagine being back in the times when people were using candles and no electricity and everything, and the person that invented electricity and came out and told you that, hey, this invisible power is going to power the whole world one day and blah, blah. I mean, he sounded like he was crazy, right? Nobody believed him. Think about the plane when it first took off and a car and everything else. That stuff just seemed crazy at the time. And that's what we're going through right now, guys. We're going through a paradigm shift. A great book about that is The Bitcoin Evangelism. That's a great book. It covers that extensively. It's one of my favorite books on Bitcoin. But what I want to talk to you guys about today specifically, because this is Satoshi Saturday, I want you to get out there, and I want to motivate you guys to get out there to be the crazy guy or gal with Satoshis, right? Bitcoin is going to be a thing of the past, to be honest, because it's just so expensive. So we got to focus on Satoshis in the future, because nobody's going to transact in one whole Bitcoin at a time. That's just a marketing name right now. But trust me, in the future, it'll all be about Satoshis. So we need to skate to where the puck is going, right? We need to get out there and talk about Satoshis. Now, full disclosure, I do DoorDash every day and I get a chance to talk to a lot of people. My personal goal is to try to talk to 10 people a day. Am I going to orange pill every single person? No. But what I try to do is not only talk to them, but I give them a little bit of Satoshis. I use this wallet right here, and I give them between 100 and 1,000 Satoshis at a time. Sometimes I give them my YouTube channel, sometimes I don't. But I will give them material to look at, like a book or a link to a video or something like that, so they can go and learn about Bitcoin and Satoshis. I use that touch point of actually showing them how it works and telling them the difference between Cash App and Venmo and all this. This is peer-to-peer money, guys. When I send somebody Satoshis and they receive them, That's from me to them. It's peer to peer, and I teach them that. Because a lot of times they'll just think, oh, this is Venmo, this is Cash App. It's not that. You got to sit down and explain that to them. Now, again, you don't have to sit there and give them a 30-minute presentation. I try to talk to them for a minute to 3 to 4 minutes, something like that. And just to make sure they understand what it is, I give them a brief summary of what Bitcoin is and then the difference between Bitcoin and Satoshis, because a lot of people think they can't afford Bitcoin. So when I talk to them, I show them the difference between a Bitcoin and Satoshi, that is a divisible unit of it. And I tell them you can buy $1 a day or whatever you need to do, because they didn't know that. They look on the TV and they see, oh, 67,000, 58,000, I can't afford that. That's why we got to get out there and explain it to them. Like the great Michael Saylor says, Bitcoin is a union.
Bitcoin's a union. The union gets more powerful as more people join. And in the war for the future of money, it's going to be won with money. Bitcoin is an economic machine based on a truth machine, poised to emerge as a freedom machine. It's the best choice we have to save our civilization and realize the ideal world envisioned by Ayn Rand and the objectivist movement. Join us.
And he's absolutely right. The stronger the network, because we have a strong network effect right now. That's where the name Bitcoin, where it really helps, because that word Bitcoin and all the people that are involved with it, it definitely helps to strengthen the network, because we have a huge network effect. The Bitcoin and Satoshi network is only as strong as me, you, and everybody else around the world that's actually using it as the future of base layer money. When I go out there, guys, I literally, and I'm not disrespecting anybody that has cancer, because my father died from cancer, and all of us have been touched by people that have cancer. So I'm not saying this in this way, but what I am saying is inflation around the world is a cancer. Again, not the medical cancer, but a monetary cancer. And there's only one solution to it, guys. It ain't gold, it ain't silver, it ain't real estate, it ain't none of that stuff. It's Satoshis. And what I want you to do, and I want you to imagine that you had the cure to the medical cancer, right? What would you do if you had the cure? You'd go and tell everybody. That's how I feel about Satoshis. You got to get out there and give them this pill. You got to give it to them, because the only answer is Satoshis. And you got to get out here and save as many people as you can, whether they want to do it or not. Some people are not going to listen to you and all that, and that's fine. There's 8 billion people in the world. Don't worry about the people that don't want to listen to you. Focus on the people that will listen to you, and go out there and act like you got the cure to this cancer we call inflation, because you do have the cure. And you got to get out there and save as many people as you can, because you do have the answer. Satoshis are the pill. And trust me, the more and more you become the crazy person, because you're going to sound crazy to everybody. I mean, the more and more people you talk to, the more and more people you save. I have so many people telling me, thank you so much, Jerry, and this, that, and the third. You think I care about the people that didn't want to talk to me about it? I mean, of course I care about them, but I don't worry about the people that tell me no. I don't. I focus on the people that tell me yes and want to learn and things like that. And the satisfaction that I get for changing somebody's life is unbelievable, man. So again, you got to get out there and act like you got the cure to cancer, this inflation cancer. And that cure is Satoshis. There are more and more people every single day joining the Bitcoin and Satoshi network. They just are. People are getting an orange pill. People are waking up. And what's that doing when that happens? When people are joining the union, it's causing people not only to buy Satoshis and learn about Bitcoin, but they learn about the history of money. They learn about what's going on now. They learn about the Fed, the money printing, and everything else. It takes you down that rabbit hole. You guys been there. You guys know. It's not just about money. It's about your education. And when people are getting educated about what's going on in the world, they'll figure out quickly that it's not about the Bitcoin price. It's about getting as many Satoshis as they can and learning as much as they can about this absolute corrupt, crooked system we're in. We are. Inflation is theft, guys. Okay, even if it's quote unquote 2%, that's theft. Why do they have to take 2% of our money every single year on a compound basis? Why? Why do they got to steal from us? So the continuaires can get rich. They can overspend because they're terrible asset allocators. They're greedy. And these evil entities want to get rich off our backs, off our sweat and tears. And that's not fair. And this is what we got to wake people up. Nobody knows what inflation is. It ain't just about showing them what Bitcoin is and Satoshis is. That's part of it. But you got to get out there and talk to them about inflation. Let them know what inflation is. Most people think inflation is good. They don't even know what it is. They just think, oh, supply and demand. The prices have to go up. And it's up to you to show them that it doesn't. I say this to you guys all the time. Your life is your energy, and your energy is your life. When you get out there and work and you give a company 8 hours a day, you can't get that back. Those 40 hours a week that you give them for your skill and your time and everything, your effort, you can't get that time back. So when these government agencies are printing your money, it's theft, guys. It's a plague. It's a cancer. And it's up to us to kill that cancer. You got to get out there, guys, and act like your life and your family's life and the world depends on what you're telling people. That's what I do, man. You know I talk about the United States of America and politics a lot, and that's important to me. But inflation is killing a lot of people, man. A lot of people are homeless. A lot of people are losing their homes or on the streets. A lot of people are starving, depending on the government. And if we keep doing this and the government keeps printing money, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to introduce a CBDC through a UBI, a universal basic income. And if people don't have Satoshis and don't understand what it is, what CBDCs are and the UBIs are and things like that, they're going to accept that money right on their phone, and then they'll become slaves. And that's what's going to happen. And we cannot allow that, guys. We cannot allow that. So not only when you're helping these people to study Bitcoin, they're going to learn about these things, this corrupt system. And again, when you talk to them in the beginning, you don't tell them all that. They'll go down the rabbit hole and always be there for them. Be a mentor. Be the Bitcoin guy or gal. And always be there for them. They have a question. Now, it's getting harder for me because I have more and more people that I talk to. Again, I try to do 10 a day. Last month, I did 287. And the month before that, I did 316 people. It's tough out here, man. I'm working hard. If you guys want to help, you can donate to the channel. Obviously, that wallet right there, I use to tip people, and I also give Satoshis away on that through that Lightning network. But man, I'm out here working, man. Not only am I trying to make these videos every single day to try to reach people on the internet, I'm out here talking to people in real life, and that's what I need you guys to do, man. Seriously, act like you got the answer, because you do. So here's what we do, guys. We study Bitcoin. I tell you guys that all the time. Study Bitcoin. After you study Bitcoin, you buy Satoshis. Right? You buy them. You're not buying Bitcoin, guys. You're buying Satoshis. And only buy the Satoshis up to the level of knowledge that you have. Only buy what you're willing to lose and what you're comfortable with in your knowledge. That's it. No more, no less. But you got to learn as quickly as you can. Once you study Bitcoin, buy Satoshis, you got to secure your Bitcoin properly. And you can do that through the Bitcoin way. Go ahead and click the link down below. It's a 30-minute free call with Tony. My friend Tony, he'll hook you up. He'll set you up with your node and some your security. They're security cyber experts. Now, that's how I set my stuff up. But you got to secure your Bitcoin properly. But now you got to store it safely, and you got to do that. And you got to use a cold storage, man. You can't use a hot wallet and everything else. You got to use a cold storage. That's the best way to hold your Satoshis. Now, once you do those things, once you study Bitcoin, which will lead you down to the Satoshi path, once you buy Satoshis, and once you secure your Satoshis properly, once you do those three things, then you get out there and talk to people, right? And then rinse and repeat. Learn as much as you can so you can teach people as much as you can. Again, once taught, twice learned. And you got to learn as much as you can so you can talk to as many people as you can, because they're going to look at you like the expert. You know what I mean? So when you talk to people, make sure you understand and know what you're talking about. So guys, listen, here's the bottom line. You're going to look crazy to people. Don't worry what you look like to most people. Because the best innovators, the most influential people in this world has ever seen, our historic people, have all been crazy. They all thought they're crazy. And now look at them. Their names are etched forever in history, and their accomplishments will never be taken away. And it'll be the same for you. Guys, we are so early in the Bitcoin and Satoshi adoption phase. You have no idea how early you are. And I'm telling you, your name is going to be written in stone. They're going to be making statues about you, your family. They just are. And speaking of crazy, man, people are not going to believe this either. In the beginning, I showed you how many Satoshis you can get for $1. These Satoshis right here for $1 US, in a couple of generations, not only are they going to think you're crazy and not going to believe you that you got that many, they're not even going to know what dollars are, guys. They're really not. You got to skate to where the puck is going. You got to look into the future and know that it's okay to look stupid or crazy. It's okay. But you know better. You got the answer. You got the cure to this cancer that's out here. And you got to get out here and cure as many people as you can. You have to, man. You got to do it, because you're the answer to save people's lives. It's you, guys. You have the answer. Don't keep it a secret. Don't say, oh, I'm just going to hoard all these Satoshis. Don't tell anybody. I know people like that. Don't be one of those people, man. Get out there and look crazy. And it's okay. Most people are going to tell you no, but it's all right. But they'll come back, because we all know it's not about being a Bitcoiner or whatever. Everybody's going to be a Bitcoiner. You got to look at Bitcoin like the internet. You know what's going to happen. Everybody use the internet. Everybody's going to use Bitcoin and Satoshis in the future. You guys know that. So get out there, look crazy. Don't worry about it, and do the best you can to get out there and cure as many people as you can from this evil cancer that I call inflation. So guys, listen, I'm gonna end it like this. Your family, your future, your great grandkids are not gonna believe that you were on this timeline and didn't tell as many people as you did. They're not gonna believe the unbelievable chance you had to get the most finite money in the world. This is the opportunity, the once in a species opportunity that you have. You need to understand what you got, guys. So again, I've said this once, and I'll say it 1,000 times. Stack Satoshis today, so you don't have to work for those same Satoshis tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.